An accountability partner is just another name for the goal police. Somebody who holds you in contempt when you don't do what you're supposed to do to meet your goals. If you don't stay on track, you are reprimanded. You are scolded. You are made to feel like you did not get your goals accomplished. You're not doing what you need to do. Who wants to feel like that? Do you really want the added pressure of someone looking over your shoulder when you're already feeling enough pressure as it is to try and get the thing done that you've set for yourself throughout the year? I think not. For some, that is an extreme. I absolutely understand. But for others, it is how they feel about having an accountability partner. They feel like it is so much more added pressure because they don't want to let someone else down. We're going to get into that in a second because there are other people who feel an accountability partner is the way to go. And I applaud you guys that you feel that way. But for me, I have struggled in the past with things like having a workout coach, someone who is a fitness coach, because the added pressure of me having to get there and, them approving the way I'm doing it or having to do so many reps because that's what they want me to do is just too much, and I did not like it. So in this video, I am going to be sharing a few things with you that I think might help you if you're in that first group who feels like an accountability partner is just too much added pressure and you feel like they're the goal police. You're going to hear this week what makes having an accountability partner so valued to some. You're also going to hear why having an accountability partner may not be the best for others. And then lastly, I am going to share with you this new technique that I've decided to use this year. If you remember, I promised you that I was going to share this technique with you if I felt like it worked back when I did my initial video on why those vision board words of the year didn't work for me. I told you that I was testing out something else. Well, I'm going to share that with you today, so stick around to the end of the video so that you can see what I am now doing to hold myself accountable. In the meantime, leave a comment down below and tell me what your favorite way to be held accountable is. Are you someone who feels the pressure of a person being your accountability partner and it's just too much for you? Or are you the person who enjoys having someone call you to the carpet when it's necessary and hold you accountable? I want to hear from you. So leave a comment down in the comment section below and tell me which one are you. Are you an accountability partner? Yes. Or are you an accountability partner? No. I want to know. Until then, let's dive into today's video. All right, so let's get down to why it is probably a good thing for certain people to have accountability partners. I've done a little bit of research, even though this isn't my favorite method of choice, and I'll get to that at the end because I am trying to hold myself accountable. Now listen guys, I know it's probably better if I had an accountability partner, and on my spiritual walk, I do have accountability partners, and if I'm being honest, my best friend Shelby really does hold me accountable in a lot of ways. But when it comes to business, I don't have an accountability partner. Probably should now that I'm thinking about it. But anyway, I'm gonna explain to you what I mean. The accountability partner that I'm talking about is the person that's going to help you stay on track with your goals, help you keep going, stay motivated, be inspired to continue doing the action steps required for you to actually work the plan that you set forth in order to achieve the goals. That's kind of what I'm talking about here, this very narrow view of accountability. Again, I have accountability in my spiritual walk and in my personal life, but I just mean for this little parameter that I just laid out for you right here, setting and achieving your goals. So there are some people who find it very helpful to have accountability partners, and there are some very good reasons for that. Number one, having an accountability partner can add motivation. It can keep you going. They will cheer you on and be your cheerleader. Also, it is a support system. When you don't feel really good about what's going on, even though you're putting forth the effort, there is someone there that will support you, remind you that you are doing the steps that you need to do in order to get where it is you're trying to go. They may even be someone who provides you with resources or points you in the right direction of resources when you really don't know what else to do. But they are a safety net, and they do come in handy to support you when you need support. Also, a lot of times with respect to accountability partners, there is a mutually beneficial aspect or component to the relationship. If you are, say, in the same industry, serving the same audience, maybe you have the same hobby, maybe you have the same goal, mutually beneficial relationships here are also ways where accountability can be extremely helpful in you achieving the goal that you have for yourself. So again, this is just another way that having an accountability partner could be helpful to you. Also, having an accountability partner, maybe it's capacity. I have said this before. I don't use this as accountability partner thing, but in my business, I've often said that 2 heads are better than 1. Being able to increase my capacity, my mental capacity, is tremendously valuable when I am working with other people. That's why I have a team. They're not my accountability partners, but they are my team. And I've said to them often when I hired them, I said, I need another brain. I need more brains to help me think through and prioritize different things. Because I'm so passionate about what I do, it's easy for me to get ahead of the game or do things out of order. So when you have an accountability partner, if that is something that you need, they can help you with that capacity component to make sure that you are looking at everything, you're seeing everything, getting opinions. It's really, really good to have something like that. So again, if you are the type of person who enjoys an accountability partner, or you want to try out having an accountability partner to see if it is for you, I think these are some great advantages to having them. And also, it is so helpful when you have someone to help celebrate those wins. How much fun is it when you realize that you've achieved a goal, you've gotten where you want to go, this person helped you stay motivated, helped and supported you, helped you keep you inspired. They were the second brain when you needed one, and then you reach the end, you've achieved the goal. This person is there. Your accountability partner can also be there to just celebrate with you. And it's always fun to celebrate with more than one person, more than just yourself, right? So having an accountability is a way for you to celebrate, have a celebration partner, if you will, once you've achieved your goal, or even those little incremental steps towards meeting your goals. Having someone to celebrate with you would be so much fun. Now, those are the really good reasons, I think, for having an accountability partner. But let me roll back that beautiful bean footage and share with you why having an accountability partner may not be for some people. For one reason, it's easy, depending on your personality type, depending on whether or not you've been introspective and you've done the work. And by the way, I have a whole program, Project CEO, where we really do a deep dive and we do the work that is required in some of what I'm about to talk about today. But it is very easy to fall prey to going from pleasing someone else so that they, pat you on the back and they make you feel good about the actions you've taken. It's very easy to fall prey to that. And then you miss out on really doing what it is you need to do, making yourself happy. You sometimes can really fall prey to wanting to please other people instead of pleasing yourself, and you can get off track very easily. And then you end up not meeting your goal, but you've made someone else happy. You may be miserable. You may not get where it is you wanted to go, but they're happy, right? So you can fall prey to that if you've not done the work, if you're a people pleaser type of person, if you struggle to say no. Having an accountability partner could be more like having a mother figure, a father figure. If you might feel inferior or subordinate to someone and they take on a role that they shouldn't if you're trying to achieve your goals. Another thing is you have feelings of failure. Maybe you put so much stock into what they think, or you begin to feel like when you don't meet your goals that you're going to let them down because they're your accountability partner. When really you're letting yourself down, right? But you don't feel that because you're so busy trying to meet the expectations of your accountability partner. And it could be anything. Life could just be lifing and you were unable to meet a certain milestone in your plan to reach your goals. But if you haven't really adjusted your mindset and realized that this is just someone who is trying to help you get where you want to go, and you don't have to please them, right? You don't have to feel like you're failing them in some way just because they are your accountability partner. So if you've not done certain work in yourself, being confident in yourself, sometimes having an accountability partner may not be the best thing for you. Also, maybe you feel pressure to do things their way, right? Having an accountability partner is really about them, again, motivating you, supporting you. And that support piece is really big here, because if you feel like you are feeling pressure to do something their way, they're no longer supporting you, right? But in this feeling also, you have to know what is important to you, what you need to do and be your best. And if you are not sure of those things, it will be easy to fall prey again to their way of doing something just because they think something will help you, or just because the way they do something they think is successful for them, and they try to get you to do it that same way. It may not work, especially if it is not a strength of yours, and it could leave you feeling a lot of pressure to do things their way, but then you feel the failure because you're not able to do it the way they do it, or you feel the pressure and you feel bad because you're not living up to their expectations, which lends itself to yet another reason why some people may not do well with having an accountability partner. You may just choose the wrong person, right? You might just think that this person, a lot of times you get into, maybe you purchased a course and there is an accountability group, maybe on Facebook, or maybe there's a Slack group where there is some support within there. But you might find that once you get into that support group and you've got this accountability partner, maybe you just find you don't really like the person. You don't like the way they talk to you. Maybe there's just something you just don't like. If that's the case, again, you're not going to be as successful with that accountability partner. This method of inspiration and motivation and support is not necessarily going to be for you. It's very important for you to be strong in who you are, understanding what you need to do and be your best in order for an accountability partner to be as successful as it needs to be to help you get where you want to go. Hey sis, for so many of us, having a business has been one of the greatest joys of our lives. It's like a baby. We birthed it. It became a part of us. But you get to a point where you're ready to work on your business and not in it. Just like when our children grow up and they are ready to fly the nest, you too become a business owner who wants to work on your business and not so much in your business. Well, in order for that to happen, you have to understand 3 things: how to lead others, how to create circumstances for optimal success within your business, and then how to create those duplicable systems and processes that create a positive experience for your workforce as well as a positive customer experience. Now, inside my program, Project CEO, this is not a program that's going to get you immediate sales. I want to manage your expectations. This program is designed to help you become the best version of you. It is going to help you become a leader, a CEO of you, so that you can transfer those skills, that knowledge, into scaling your business and growing the way you want to grow. It is going to help you build confidence. It is going to help you understand how to communicate with people in an efficient and effective way. And it's also going to help you with those 3 areas that sometimes are the biggest struggles for business owners: customer acquisition, customer maintenance, and customer retention. So if you are ready to take your business to the next level, if you are ready to take yourself to the next level so that you can start working on your business instead of in your business, Project CEO is what you need to do. Use the link that I'm providing for you in the description below to get yourself on the wait list for this program. We're going to be opening it soon, and you're going to want to be on the wait list to take advantage of all the benefits that I'm going to share with you. I've got so many good things in the works that you're going to want to be on the list so that you can get them. All right, that is all I have. Go back to watching the video. Thank you so much for taking the time to hear about my program, Project CEO, and I'll see you on the other side, inside that wait list. All right, bye. Lastly, I think it's very important here, you heard me talk about this over and over again here on this channel, the value of identifying and structuring your personal framework. When you know your strength and you understand your limitations, you have your eye on the prize. You know what it is you want, and you absolutely know those non-negotiables that you will not tolerate or stand on your journey to your success. You have a lens through which you can look at every opportunity, every person, every single thing, and determine whether or not it is going to be something that is going to serve you. So I suggest that if you are considering getting an accountability accountability partner to grow your business, to help you build your business out, I suggest that you identify your own personal framework and know exactly what you need to do and be your best so that you can pick the right people, the people that are going to help to sort of shore up those limitations, but that are going to help you really work within your strengths so that you can get where you need to be by working your plan to achieve your goal. So, which describes you the most? Are you someone, again, who loves having an accountability partner? You find it very helpful. If you are that person, share in the comment below. Tell me that's who you are and tell me what you like so much about it, because those of you watching that have never thought about having an accountability partner before, you don't know. So help them understand what is so good to you about having an accountability partner in your business. Again, maybe you're someone who has tried the accountability partner thing and you realize it's really not for you and you kind of want to figure out a different direction to go. Let me know what some of your challenges were with having accountability partners in the past, if any of these reasons that I shared resonate with you, because I'm going to tell you what I am doing. This next section is what I have been doing just this year to hold myself accountable. If you remember in a recent video where I talked about how I am not good with vision boards and all the things that I've tried, I'll link it somewhere up here in a card, but definitely down below. You can watch that video, go back and check it out. I found a new way that I think is going to be helpful. It encompasses a lot of the things that I loved about the vision board, but it added an accountability piece that helps me hold myself accountable for my actions that I'm trying to do to work the plan to help me achieve the goal. So I wrote down steps, because usually I just do it, but I wrote these steps down. So let me just share them with you. And I'm going to share with you the reference video and if I can share with you some clips, I will. If not, I will link the video down below for you to watch. I was watching a video on YouTube by Modern Millie. I don't know if many of you watch her. She's great about teaching like how to use social media, how to grow as a content creator. So she's really a good content creator influencer to watch. But I was watching her video at the top of the year, and this was when I was just trying to figure out how am I going to set goals and actually achieve them this year. I knew that I had a challenge with accountability because I told you in that video that I get to the end of the year and I'm frustrated with myself. Go back and watch it and you'll see why. But what I did was, the first thing I did was I went to Hobby Lobby and I grabbed a sketch pad with 8.5 by 11 sketch pad. And I then proceeded to ask myself a couple of questions and answer those questions on a couple of pages within the sketch pad. And if you watch the Modern Millie video, she does lay out what those specific questions are. And then I did that. And then starting January, I went through and I really did exercise the creative side of myself, which is one of the things that I told you I really do love about doing vision boards. So in the sketch pad, I drew out the word January and I decorated it and I used ink, markers and things to color it in and all the things to make, just to kind of exercise the creative side of my brain. And then I went through and I created a grid for the 7 days of the week, and I proceeded to add the things in those blocks that I wanted to accomplish just that week. I had created my yearly goal sheet on one of those pages. I had created a monthly goal sheet within those pages. But now what I'm doing is I'm going through each week and I am drawing out the week's goals. Now, how am I holding myself accountable? Number one, I have to come back to this binder every single week so that I can draw the week out. And when I do that, what do I see? I see the current week and I have to cross out, did I achieve the things that I set out to achieve this week? Because I know that in achieving those weekly goals, I'm that much closer to achieving the monthly goals. Now, I'll be honest and transparent. The month of January was me trying to figure out best practices and how I would do it. Half of the time I forgot to go back and cross things out, but I was cognizant of whether or not I did them. This month, this is the month of February, I am working on going back, crossing out what I did do, what I didn't do. I'm making notes. I have a little note section at the bottom where I make notes each week about what went well, what didn't go well, why it didn't go well, so that I have some documentation and know that it wasn't because I didn't not do my devotion on a day because I just was lazy. I didn't do it that morning because I had to get up much earlier for something else that I needed to do. Maybe I did it in the evening and instead of doing the devotion, I just read my Bible. So I'm making that explanation information down in the notes for the week so I know that it wasn't just me copying out. But each week I am going in and I am drawing out this grid for each of the 7 days, and I am putting things in there. And you'll also find Modern Millie talks about habit layering, and I talked about that in another video as well. I love that idea because you've heard of habit stacking, and I do that, but I've been able to layer. So the first month of the year, I knew that I wanted to drink more water, lay off as much Diet Coke. I wanted to eat 30 grams of protein a meal. And so I started off with just 100 ounces of water a day. That's it. Then the next week I layered on 100 ounces of water a day, and then I layered on the 30 grams of protein a week. And so that's kind of what she means by layering. Each time, and you give yourself as much time as you need to master the first goal for that week, and then you add in another one, but you don't delete the first one because it's not like you've accomplished it. You want to keep going. So I really like that idea. So again, I'll read what I have here. I set the goal for the next week, taking into account the meetings, desired actions, and the other weekly goals I need to meet in order to obtain the overall goals for the month. This is what is keeping me accountable because I'm writing the same things, right? I'm layering 100 ounces of water, next week 100 ounces of water and 30 grams of protein per meal. I might need a month to master that. But once I've gotten that mastered and I know what I need to do, then I can go ahead and add the next layer of the goal. And then I know that by the end of the year, I should have achieved what I need to achieve. And that goes towards my weight loss goal or my health and wellness goal to get off medication by the end of the year. So I'm using this for a lot of different things, but what is holding me accountable is that I have to go in every week. It's not a planner that's already created that I just have to fill in the dots. No, I am creating these grids every week. So I'm spending a significant amount of time. I am being creative because I am making it look pretty and nice to look at. I'm going back and I'm checking off what I've done in a pretty marker, or I'm making stars or flowers or whatever to address the fact that I have or have not done something. And then I'm writing a good note, or I'm explaining why things didn't get done or how I'm excited because I did get things done. And then I also have a reward section in there. What do I want to do for myself if I meet these goals this week? And so it gives me something to look forward to. And I feel like I'm that person that I can't just hear you say it in order for me to get it. I have to see it and I have to actually write or do something. So where digital calendar works amazing for me, and I love it because it gives me my notifications when I need to stop doing something and start doing something else, or when I need to start heading in a certain direction. I do love that. I need my digital calendar because people are trying to have meetings with me and book my calendar on a regular basis, and so I have to make sure that I'm not double booking. So yes, digital, great. But when it comes to doing the action that are working the plan that is going to help me achieve the overall goals I have for myself for the year, this is holding me accountable and I am really enjoying it. Again, we are just in February, but I am working diligently towards this and making sure that I continue on with it. And I really have no excuse. If I have to go in every Sunday and draw my calendar out and write out my goals for the week, that means you've seen here in the video, I've did some footage of me actually planning my week, planning my team meeting, making sure I know what networking groups I want to go to throughout the week. This is me holding myself accountable because for years I would say I wanted to do more networking, but I just wouldn't take the time to see what was out there. And now I'm actually doing that in my little sketch pad that I'm having to draw out every single week. I am putting this, let me go look and see where these networking groups are. Which ones can I map out on the days where I'm out so that it's efficient? Because we talk about efficiency. How can I do that? It's in my book. Once it's in my book, I can transfer it over to my calendar because now I have a set schedule and I know what it is I need to do. It's holding me accountable. Is it a lot going on? Absolutely. But again, I need to see it. I need to do it in order for me to actually make it happen. I can't just type it in my computer. I can't just set a notification on my phone because I'll have a reason not to do it. But if I've spent the time to actually map it out, I really don't have an excuse and I know what to expect. So I hope that's helpful. Hopefully you don't see having an accountability partner as it being the goal police, right? We don't want that for anybody. But if you do, I think this method of holding yourself accountable that I've shared with you today is going to be a great approach for you to take. Test it out and see if you can hold yourself accountable. It's a great exercise in self-discipline, and it gives you great confidence when you realize that you are achieving the things that you want to achieve and you're doing the steps that you need to do in order to get where it is that you want to go. go. Every year we are kind of flooded with videos on how to do vision boards. There are vision board events. There are events to help you create the word of the year and how to map that out and use that throughout the year. And it could be a lot. And if you're the type of person who loves going to those parties, you love creating the vision boards, but you find at the end of the year, you haven't achieved the goals. Like, you only looked at the vision board the day you made it, and it's sitting in the corner collecting dust because you're not using it. This method could be very helpful to you in you achieving your goals by holding yourself accountable. So if you have a ton of goals this year and this video was helpful to you in showing you how to hold yourself accountable, then this next video where I'm talking about how to plan a successful year is going to be even more helpful to you, because I'm breaking the year down not in quarters but in thirds, so you know what to do when and when you need to start the next thing, what is going to be helpful within each third of the year. So make sure you watch that video next and take that information and use it with this new method, right, that I've just shared with you, where you can hold yourself accountable, whether you have an accountability partner or not. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.